So here are some of the things we've discovered so far about the world of teams at work. We know that the frequency with which a team leader gives attention to a team member, the frequency with which a team leader listens to the needs of a team member drives engagement, which drives productivity and performance. We know that when teams have conversations about what the work is like on the team and what the experience is like on the team becomes stronger and more tight-knit. We know as well that when people attend company events, when they come to an all-hands or an organizational meeting, that they are more strongly connected to the vision and the mission of the organization. So we know some of the levers to pull. The question, of course, is how do you hold people accountable for doing the things which we know make the most difference? And accountability is actually a very tricky topic. It's very easy to say, of course, I'll hold you accountable for results. But then if you're not careful, what you actually find is you're holding people accountable for reporting particularly good results, not for actually achieving those results. The example, of course, is that if we say in our organization, we will hold you accountable for your engagement scores on your team, we're pretty certain that the next few months the engagement scores will go up, but the experience on the teams won't change. Because even a well-intentioned team leader speaking to the folks on the team will say, you know what, this is a really important thing, take this seriously. And somebody on the team who's just between a 3 and a 4 on a particular question will say, look, it really matters. I'll probably go with the 4 rather than the 3. And of course, some team leaders will say, I'm being held accountable for this. Make sure you give me a good score. So in the world of accountability, particularly for something like engagement, or particularly for something like, if you like, the quality of a weekly check-in conversation, which would be very hard to measure, we've chosen not to focus there. We've chosen to focus instead on whether team leaders do the things we've asked them to do or not. So not, do you have great check-in conversations, but do you have check-in conversations? Are you having 52 conversations a year with everybody on your team or not? That is our point of accountability for check-in. And of course, the idea is that if you do something 52 times, unless you're completely incompetent, you'll probably get a little bit better at it as you go along. We can shift our attention to the execution of a ritual we know is valuable rather than the content of that ritual. And it makes life a lot easier. Rather than holding people accountable for their engagement scores, we hold them accountable for measuring their engagement scores and talking about them with their team, figuring that any team confronting a set of low scores will want to do something about it. In other words, we empower the team leaders and the teams to create the outcomes, but we hold the team leaders and the teams accountable for doing the things that lead to the outcomes. But no. And you can cut all of that out too.